Good evening and welcome to the programme. Calls are growing for a pause in protests in central London ahead of two marches planned for this weekend, leading to one of Scotland Yard's biggest ever public order operations. One of the marches, the Unite the Kingdom rally, will start in Kingsway and it'll go via the Strand onto Whitehall and into Parliament Square. Meanwhile, the Nakba Day pro-Palestinian march starts in Exhibition Road and heads east via Knightsbridge and Piccadilly to Pall Mall. The new Conservative leader of Westminster Council has joined calls for a pause in protests in his borough, while London Mayor Sir Sadiq Khan has urged people planning to attend either march to do so peacefully and with consideration for others. Our political reporter Susana Mendonça has more.
They've become a familiar scene on the streets of central London, and this weekend two more large protests, one by mainly anti-immigration demonstrators, the other by pro-Palestinian groups, are expected to put more pressure on policing. And now the new leader of Westminster City Council, which the Conservatives took back from Labour in local elections last week, has written to the Home Secretary and the Met, calling for repetitive protests to stop, in particular pro-Palestinian marches.
We have marches in central London week after week after week, and some of them are very hateful, and they are putting people off coming into central London, both visitors and residents. People are worried about being seen, going to synagogue, travelling around London, and that's wrong. And the Home Secretary is the person who decides what marches can and can't happen, and they need to take a much stronger line on banning the marches.
Tensions have been heightened about the impact of pro-Palestinian marches on London's Jewish community following the Golders Green attacks. But organisers of this weekend's march say it's to mark an annual event they call Nakba Day, which commemorates the displacement of Palestinians in 1948, and they say they reject all forms of racism.
The message I think it sends out to Palestinians in particular in London is that as far as the head of Westminster City Council is concerned, their grief, their loss, their suffering, their history doesn't matter, and is something that, that doesn't deserve to be commemorated. I think, beyond that, there are very obvious reasons. It won't be a surprise to any of your viewers that Westminster, being Westminster, is frequently the site of protest.
The other major protest happening tomorrow is the Unite the Kingdom event organised by the far-right anti-Islam activist known as Tommy Robinson, who was behind another such protest last year. They haven't responded to our request for comment. But Camden Council, where that march will begin, told us it was proud to be a borough of sanctuary that welcomed those fleeing conflict, disaster and persecution. It added that it had witnessed violent and deeply concerning rhetoric during a similar march in September, which goes against everything the borough stands for.
Community issues and tensions that we're dealing with.
Today, an embattled Prime Minister joined London's Mayor on a visit to the Police Control Centre in Lambeth, where the Met will be coordinating the 4,000 officers who'll be needed, not just to cover the marches, but also an FA Cup final at Wembley too. The hospitality industry says it's worried about the impact on local businesses.
Alongside, this media frenzy, talking about these three events happening all at the same time within central London, I think really I would like to see a message going out that London is still open, the trains are still operating, the businesses are still open and people can still visit.
The political debate over which protests should or shouldn't happen continues to be an issue that divides opinion across London. Today, the Mayor, Sir Sadiq Khan, said the right to protest was a cornerstone of our democracy, but how it's done matters. And he added that anyone who incites religious or racial hatred this weekend would face the full force of the law. Susana Mendonça, BBC London.